Welcome to the Forum Thread Podcast, everybody. I am Dark One Dre, and here with me today, I have these lovely people, starting with Miss Taria Firestorm.
Evening.
Chaos Mana.
Hey!
Zap 45.
Don't take your knob out.
Ray. Mr. Wartberg.
Hello.
Nobod.
Hang dong.
And last but certainly not least, Wubwave.
Why am I last?
Because this is the order that the pictures came up on my screen.
You know, there's another podcast where you started out. Why am I last?
I'm like, how many times are people going to ask this question? I go in the order that the names appear in from left to right.
Wubwave, and like last time, you need to change your name to A Wubwave.
Hey, Wubwave, yeah.
No,
But
because Taria came before you, Chaos, and so
Yeah, and I
we're
start
going
with
alphabetically.
Alex,
You
and
should
I
be
win
first.
second to last.
No, I changed your name to
Yeah.
Nobod in my Skype chat, so you start
faffy
with
fasticle.
Mm-hmm. How do you think I'm going to remember you guys' screen names? I can't dedicate that shit to memory. You're expecting way too much of me.
Well, mine isn't exactly hard.
No, okay, yeah, yours is the only one that's super easy. It's like 3 letters long, and it's the same letters are inside your name. So, yeah, props to
So-
you for keeping it simple.
The only person's screen name I ever have trouble with remembering is Zach's, because I've always known him as Zach before Zap 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, did we ever
It's,
cover how you came up with the name Zap45?
He killed Zap
probably
44, just like how
Yeah,
Radius came up with his name.
Exactly. I risen to the top of all the Zaps in the world. No.
After a lot of
it's
black tar
literally...
heroin.
Exactly. It's a combination of a lot of drugs and killing.
That's how most
Suddenly
people
it
get to
all
the
makes
top.
sense.
What
Yes.
the fuck? No, but in all honesty, it's my first initials, and then my birth month, and then my birthday. So Zachary Austin Potter, April 5th.
And now the
Very original.
And the last
Now the
four
whole
digits
world
of your
knows
social
your
security
name.
number is?
everybody, if
That's
you want
fine.
if you want to start stalking Zap45, you now have his complete name. Go
You
wild.
have it. You have my birthday and my birth month and my complete name. Have fun.
This is probably
I've
the
gone on
latest
less.
we have on Facebook, so it's no big deal.
I'm
Can
gonna
you
hack
make
your
your
email.
sponsor tag your social security number?
Actually,
That'd be
I'll
great.
go ahead and put it. I'll post it in the chat after the stream.
Oh, good. I call
Haha,
dibs
I'm
on...
gonna deposit money to your bank account and you'll have no idea why. Suck it.
Because that's a real problem to have right there.
It is. Oh,
Wait, can you do that for me? I need some.
Greedy.
Well,
Don't
I'll
be
make
needy.
sure you do that for Zach's account before I steal his identity, so I've got more money to spend, okay?
Yeah, if someone could steal my identity and improve my credit score, that'd be fantastic.
That'd be
Hey.
the Robin Hood of the credit fraud world.
Well,
What if there was like a IRS agent that did that secretly? Like he would just go and assume the identity and year by year have like 30 or 40 identities where he's bringing the credit score up to a certain level.
He would go to prison.
Well, yeah, but it'd also be really cool.
No,
That
he's
would be
not
cool.
I
caught
don't
yet,
think
so he
anyone would
wouldn't
kill
go to
that
prison.
guy.
Wait, say what?
That could also be the
He
truth.
wasn't caught yet, so how would he go to prison?
He would get caught.
He wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
He'd
Yes,
be
he
like,
would.
Judge, how's your credit score? Sup, jury.
Yeah, he
I'm
could
pretty
do that
sure
I hear you got a
bribery
5'10".
doesn't work.
Hmm.
Wait, you just haven't tried it then.
Yeah, how about you
bribery
try it first,
often
and then
works.
you tell us how it goes, and then if you wind up getting caught and put in prison, then we'll all know that you were wrong. But if you don't wind up getting caught and you don't go to prison, then we'll ask for 2 other people to do it so that scientific method is appeased, and then
Yeah.
we'll make a judgment.
He said
We also
appeased.
need a controlled group.
What?
You know, if we're gonna do this right, we need a control group.
Yeah,
Double blind study, man.
that's what
Way
you
to
have to
go.
do.
Judge,
You have-
you know, bribe the judge first, and then we'll all follow.
pretty
Are we
sure
just
we have,
handing him like a bunch of hundreds in a row?
I'll let you
I'm
guys
pretty
hand him the
sure you
hundreds.
Be
don't
more
perform
subtle than that.
experiment. I'm pretty sure there's like a couple hundred years of people trying to bribe judges and it not working.
To brub judges?
To
Brub-
brub-
Brub
Brub-
judge.
Then what? But they're just not bribing him with large enough amounts of money.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Rubbing judges is a completely different topic.
Oh, so I should mention this before we get too far into the podcast. I know that on Facebook I'd posted that Lambency was going to be joining us. The person who was the beneficiary of the Lambency Fest that went on this last weekend, but
Yeah.
unfortunately she had some circumstances come up with her mother, and a 9-hour trip to the hospital that happened there. So she's super sorry she wasn't able to make it, but we've extended our invitation to her for next week. So hopefully she'll be able to join us next week. But
I don't
that's
accept her excuse.
that's why she's not with us. And Webwave, you are fired. You
You're a
can leave the
dick.
podcast
You're an
now.
asshole.
Hey, if you keep nobody, you can keep me.
Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't my choice that we
Wow.
kept Nobod, so take that up with everybody else, you know.
I also don't think
Let's not
Webwave
take
fireable.
anything out, please.
Everybody's
her mom had an
fireable.
angiogram,
Even
so-
CEOs of mega corporations are fireable. We
I
can
think
we
it'd be
can
a
fire
three-
the
It
father.
would have to
Well,
be a 3 out
technically,
of 4
everyone is
vote.
fireable.
everyone
At
is
the right
flammable.
temperature. Yeah.
I couldn't help it. Like I'm in a Sims mindset too. I can't help. Like everyone is fireable.
Oh, I figured out that's
Flammable and inflammable mean
You're
the
like-
same thing.
that's how I have to kill one of you guys in the in the
In
Let's
the
Play.
podcast?
In the
Oh,
podcast.
why?
In the podcast.
This is
yeah.
gonna take a dark turn. Real
In the TFT plays The Sims 3 Big Brother. That's such a clunky title. But yeah, I figured out that if Sims sit out in the sunlight for long enough to get a suntan, they can get a sunburn and they become more flammable. And if you don't let them go back in and cool off, eventually they will spontaneously combust.
as
So-
the
That
kind
is
of talented
brilliant.
Just like the
person
real
here,
world.
You know who you have to set on fire.
You?
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
please.
I want to see those.
'cause
I want to see those fairy wings of yours burst into flames.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not a
Burn.
character yet. I need a round 2.
Yeah, we'll have
There'll
to
be a season 2 or something.
Yeah, or we
will
can just
happen.
start dropping people in at random to make cameos and then kill them off when everybody else gets killed off.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
that-
make a cameo Elon character?
We should do that. So everybody who does not know what the hell we're talking about, I'm
Which is
currently
everyone.
recording a Sims 3 Let's Play where I've turned all of us the regular podcast members into Sim characters, threw us all in a house, Big Brother style. But instead of voting for the person who's going to be kicked out of the house, we've decided that whomever has the least amount of friends,
Becomes the human
dies.
centipede.
well, if that were a possibility, they would become the centipede.
Or they could get turned into a walrus, like Kevin Smith's movie.
I'm told that movie was really
Spoiler.
terrible.
Tusk.
Yeah, I've heard
Maybe
really
someone has
good
to review
setup,
it.
and then the ending just not there.
Elon thought he was dead.
That's right, he did. So I guess
Oh, yeah,
he
he
is
did.
kind of there because he was under the delusion that he was death.
Well,
Delusion.
after this podcast, we might be doing that, and if he can show up in the Skype chat for a brief moment, if one of us dies, then he could be death again, if he would like.
Yeah, if he's recovered from the Lambency Fest, I know I had a lot of fun watching him slowly, watch his
Descend
sanity
into madness.
wither away until finally towards the end when we were playing Cards Against Humanity. It was me and two of his other friends. I don't remember what their names are because I suck at names, but it was just like the three of us. He was there, but he didn't hardly say anything. So we all were like trying to make the game more interesting by reading the cards out loud. And then we'd be like, Elon, it's your turn. He'd be like, oh! And I'd watch him on his stream. I had the stream muted, but he'd just stand there sit there with his head kind of cocked a little bit to the left, so it must have been to his right, with his glazed look on his face. He said he couldn't even read the cards anymor because his eyes burned so bad. Like,
Damn!
Wow.
I mean, I've stayed up for that late, but he must have been exhausted. I don't know how it feels to be that exhausted and not completely asleep.
Yeah,
Goodness.
I have no idea. And then he did this weird like drop into a temporary coma thing where he just kind of laid there for a minute, shut his eyes, and insisted that he was fine. He was just resting temporarily. And this was like while Lozelda went to I think it was when she was still on. She went to the bathroom. I don't remember what it was. No, she wasn't there. This is a different time. But anyway, whatever. He was laying there for about 5 minutes with his eyes shut, and people were like saying, "Hey, are you asleep?" and whatnot. And he'd occasionally peek an eye open, look at the chat. He's like, "No, I'm fine. And then 5 minutes later, he perks right up. He's like, "Okay, I feel recharged now. I'm ready to go." I'm like,
Just took a 5-minute cat
yeah, I
nap.
have no idea what happened just then. It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. I don't know if he was just fucking with everybody, or if he literally has some sort of superhuman power that allows him to
He just
imbue himself
rebooted, basically.
with sleep. Yeah, be like
That would be cool if you could just be like, sleep. Okay, gun. I'm good. Rested for another hour.
Yeah, it's like some sort of Dragon Ball Z power where they just charge themselves up for a minute, and then, instead of a big giant explosion or something, he's just ready to play some more video games.
The longer he goes without sleep, the stronger he gets.
Well, yeah, and then the
more
fucker,
you scream, the less tired he gets.
maybe.
How Dragon Ball Z works.
That's probably how it worked. But then the fucker,
not a bad
after the stream,
superpower.
he wound up playing like another hour of Diddy Kong Racing after everything was done and over with. And everyone in the chat's like, dude, go to sleep. He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
So I think he just goes into this Elon area of just no logic or anything like that. Because I remember last time, which was harder to get him to go to sleep? Was it the Zelda-thon or this one? Cause
Last time he made it to like hour 26 and we were all begging him, go to sleep, sleep. Hour 26, Zelda-thon.
I'm surprised that depending on how much sleep he got before, that's what I want to know. Just how much sleep did he get the night before? Was it like a full night's sleep, or was it just a barely night's sleep? Was he prepared for this at all?
These are questions we should ask him the next time we force him to join our podcast.
Exactly.
You hear that, Elon? If you're listening to this, you're going to be joining us on one of our future podcasts. You just don't know it yet.
He's in the chat right now.
Oh, well, you'll find out in 20 seconds.
For any of his
Prepare your body.
Prepare the fuck lamp.
Yes.
We already linked that
The
in the
lamp
link
will
dump
light
the
the
last time, right? We don't have to link dump the fuck lamp again, right?
No. It will be linked up.
Okay.
Well,
you don't have
Mr.
to.
I don't know if Mr. Fusion's going to do it, because that's the podcast he was on. The 74 just came out. 75 with him on is going to come out.
Oh,
within a
that's
few
right.
days, I
Shit.
assume.
Okay, so if the link, that doesn't appear in last week's link dump, then look for it in this link dump, because one of these two podcasts will have the fuck lamp in it, so you guys will know what the hell we're talking about.
Oh my
Internet
gosh.
jokes, right?
Is it really an internet joke? I think it's just a product of deranged Elon.
It's a deranged product of the internet, but we love it anyway.
Warning.
Yeah, pretty
Is
much.
that going to be our own Tower of Pimps, just like a symbol we kind of hide behind?
Yeah, exactly. Hide behind or proudly present in front of us. You know.
You're going to proudly
Words.
present your fuck stick in front of you.
Well,
Exactly.
don't we all do that?
That's chapter 4.
Well, minus two members on the podcast right now, but the rest of us.
-3.
So, well, I suppose. Wait.
Minus
Don't
3.
go there. Just stop.
Shut your goddamn.
I'm curious now, though. Who is he excluding? Is he excluding himself, or is he implying something else?
Someone's a liar.
Uh-huh.
Someone's a little liar.
Well, I hope it's not you, Nobod, because you have to be able to keep that new girlfriend of yours, pleased.
Hey, don't bring up Facebook into this.
Don't bring Facebook.
Be happy I allow you
Well,
to
you're
be
the
my
one
friend
that
on
Facebook
Facebook.
to real life.
Gosh.
Oh, the big secret. I apologize. Well, I'm just happy for you that, you found someone to put up with your bullshit on a regular basis. Congratulations.
So true, though.
Congrats. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Bless
And
you.
she's probably
Bless
listening
you.
in, too. I told her to.
Mm.
Might be.
That's awesome.
Hello, Nobod's girlfriend, whatever your name is, because he hasn't said.
Gabriella.
Miss Anonymous.
Miss
We need to hit
Anonymous,
double
Miss
G's.
X.
Gabriella.
We should just make a name up.
Oh, Gabriella, Miss Nobod, whatever. What's her screen name? Does she have a screen
The
name?
fourth.
I'm not comfortable calling people I barely know by their real names. I
wouldn't
have to
know
have a
if she
screen
has
name.
a screen name or not.
Fiona Bod.
Her
Fiona.
I like it. She's from henceforth known as Fiona Bod. Done.
Uh,
Done. That's it.
I'm sorry.
The forum thread blesses you with the, presence of the internet. Go with it, my child, and forever be safe with the internet. Amen.
Are you like a priest?
On that note, we reached double digits.
Of the internet.
Use internet protection.
Yeah.
Always make sure you put a condom on it before you plug your wire.
And
into
always
the router.
use
How do we
safe
spell
search.
Always
that?
use your
How do we
firewalls.
spell that, though?
Um,
Fiona Bond?
There has to be a
F-
3 instead of an E.
FIONAB0D.
0D.
Yes. Fiona Bod.
Wow.
Fiona Bod.
Let the fan
so
fiction begin.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we were planning
It's already
before
begun.
the
This is
podcast
chapter like 50
started.
now.
Before the podcast started, we were planning. It started with a jokingly fan fiction between Nobod and Zach that started with just random quotes before each
Yeah,
chapter.
Ray's gonna get got for that.
That's why.
You're getting got.
She is. She's
I don't know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
for realsies.
That's why a little bit earlier, I think Wartburg said, that chapter 31, like each chapter just starts with a random quote like that. And we also came up with the idea that Terry I would write the fan fiction, and then Lamancy would add illustrations and make it into a full-out novel.
Oh, a graphic novel. I like where this is going.
Now we need someone to narrate it.
Exactly.
Fusion can narrate the cutscenes. He can do the audiobook version.
Yeah, though,
Yeah,
or even Zach, he did a pretty good imitation of an announcer voice. I don't know if he could keep it up for an entire book, but yeah,
But you know,
I'd just
I
like to
take
hear
breaks.
somebody do the girl voices.
Well, I
That'd be
mean, they could
hilarious.
also have each other read. That would
You
be
know who
creepier
would
if
be
we
the
each had to
best?
read our own lines, but we didn't know how they related. Terry just hands you a paragraph of lines that you
I know
say.
who we should hire.
That would be
I know who
awesome.
we should hire for it.
I mean, I'm already on fanfiction.net. 2 different names. So
nice.
yeah, I guess.
Hey, so am I.
And who would you hire?
There's a guy named Scorch. He did the Fallout Equestria fanfic reading, like the most famous reading.
Interesting.
And,
yeah.
Yeah,
I know
that guy.
that guy.
That guy definitely.
Yeah, that guy.
It's fucking awesome.
That guy.
As soon as we get a budget.
Well, if we ever have a fan fiction and you get him to read it, then that would
That's
be
the only
awesome.
way I'll be okay
Well,
with
no,
us
but
having
you
a
do
fanfic.
have the weird. You do have the weird superpower of getting people on that
yeah, just
should never be on.
Absolutely.
just volunteer to suck his dick or something, and yeah, we'll be golden.
Do whatever it is.
Or
you
you'll
do.
be golden.
Stay gold
Oh,
punch.
But have you guys,
Our
speaking of-
Kelly reference.
speaking of fanfic readings, you guys ever heard the readings of My Immortal? It's a Harry Potter
no.
fanfic.
I don't
No,
like where
no, I
this is
haven't.
going.
No,
Oh
I've
my
heard of
God.
it.
Stop.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's absolutely amazing. Some of the worst writing I've ever seen a human being put to
Oh,
paper.
that type of
And-
amazing. Okay.
Even
Yeah.
even by fanfic standards.
Yeah. Even by fanfic
Wow.
No,
standards.
yeah, you used to have like thousands and thousands of
So it's the
reviews.
complete opposite
Awful.
of
People
Yeah.
troll it all the time.
Fallout Equestria.
And I put it in the Skype chat, and there's like a ton of online YouTube readings, and they're all amazing.
It was
Even
one of those
John-
love to hate it things. It was
Yeah, we
hilarious.
Even John was a zombie, like, and then John
It's
was a
just
zombie.
messed up.
You had to know they knew what they were doing. They were just doing it to troll, but it was hilarious.
Straight up troll slash
Oh, they
flame
know what
wars.
they were doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it was so awful. You had to think they knew. It was terrible.
Yeah. you want to believe that humanity can't be that bad, right?
Well, that's sometimes with
I
with
would
all
cry.
with all the truly bad good movies. That's kind of a common theme through everything, though.
Food
When
fight.
when you approach something terrible as if it's perfectly rational and it's going to be the most awesome thing ever, it winds up being good because it's so terrible unintentionally. And so people
Borderlands.
go and try and fucking make something terrible on purpose for the sake of being funny that it just winds up being terrible again. So yeah, taking a bad fan fiction and treating
Like-
it as if it's a genuine,
Like The
wonderful
Room.
thing.
By Tommy Wiseau.
The room. I don't know if I
Oh,
saw that. I don't,
God. Why?
That's a really bad movie.
is that the one where the
Oh, hi, Mom.
No, that's Panic Room.
Oh,
Never mind.
hi,
I don't
Mom.
remember what
Hi, Mom.
what is the
The-
room.
Well, wait, remember the football scene on top of the roof?
Did
Where
you-
it's just
that-
out of nowhere,
was
it's
the
gonna
most
chuck him off
awkward,
a roof, and then
weirdest.
nothing happened.
What?
That, you need to see. We need to have like a TFT movie night where we watch The Room.
Never.
It makes thousands of dollars because people go watch it to make fun of it, like Mystery Science Theater, and like the
The Jodie
producers
Foster
put it
movie?
on.
Just too distant. Wub wub.
Alright, the room you're talking about, the Jodie Foster movie? Is that right?
No.
That's Panic
Oh.
Room.
With it's Tommy Wiseau and a bunch of people you've never heard of.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's like the
Because-
worst. It's like the most awkwardly written, acted, conceived movie in existence.
Interesting.
pretty bad.
Okay.
Is it worse
10 out
than
of
Troll
10 would
2?
Watch it again.
Don't know.
It might be. It depends. Well, it depends on what. Like Troll 2 is just a bad horror movie. Like, but The Room is supposed to be like it's just like a bad drama.
Oh,
Like,
that's
it's
even
about-
worse. That's even worse.
Yeah, it's about like a cheating spouse, and it's just stupid as hell. It's
But,
amazing.
like, in one of the opening scenes, the mom says she has cancer, and then they keep going on with the conversation like nothing happened.
What?
And they never talk about it again for an hour and a half. Like, what the hell?
Like, okay, we're sorry you have cancer. Moving on. How was school, kids? And then no one gives a fuck. Oh, that would be weird. Like translating that to real life. Could you imagine? Like coming home and announcing that you have something terribly wrong with you, and everyone's just like, "Oh, that sucks. Well, let me tell you about my day now."
Are you done yet? Okay, good. Now, like what I was saying about this girl, just continue.
Oh,
like
you
that.
you were. Oh, okay.
Yeah, about that girl.
It would have been really both sad and funny if we had had this podcast before either Fusion or Zelda gave their announcements.
Oh,
I don't think that would be funny. No.
It'd be a
No.
little funny.
it'd be a little bit.
It'll be,
Yeah.
Okay, it would be
It would
ironic.
be really horrible, but funny for like 2 seconds.
It would be ironically funny, and that's
There we
like
go.
the worst kind of funny.
Hipsters
No,
for the
ironically
win.
funny is great.
YOLO.
It has its moments. No, God damn it, I hate you.
Please stop. Just no.
So I have
Much-
to ask, since we're talking about Lozelda and Fusion, have any of you watched any of Lozelda's Rayman Let's
No.
Plays?
Yeah.
I only watch
Yeah.
TFT Let's Plays. I only support the group.
I was hoping to pick on her a little bit tonight, but did anyone see the last one she posted where she talks about the labia mullet?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that.
I about peed myself. I was laughing so hard.
I laughed so fucking hard. I was like, what? I just couldn't.
Was she, is that the one when she was like? I remember her tweeting randomly that she was so drunk she couldn't feel her hands, and then right after, I'm trying to figure out how to do all this streaming. Well, what is this? What is going? Like the two tweets so close to each other. What was she doing that day?
I don't know what she was doing that day, and
Well-
I was hoping she was actually going to be on tonight, so I could ask
What
her
wasn't
about
she
that.
doing day?
I would rather.
That may be a bigger question.
Yeah. It's like what I ask you guys at the beginning, everyone. Okay, now who's not recording? That's easier to diagnose than asking everyone who is recording. So what was she
Yeah.
not doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much that bitch is good at multitasking, so she was probably doing one of everything and then
I don't
some.
know. Have you seen those Rayman Let's Plays recently?
Well, in her defense,
Mul-
she's
mul-
drunk
multitasking?
off her ass and
Oh,
when she's doing that.
She's admitted.
Best part of
she's
the video.
Admitted that she's better drunk, though. That's the thing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
so, hey,
That
better
just
when I'm
takes
drunk.
all credibility away from that theory. Never mind.
Precisely.
Never mind.
Precisely.
Anyway,
Zelda.
Lizzelda, I love your Let's Plays. Keep them coming.
Yeah,
You're
for realsies.
very
That's right,
entertaining
Lizzelda.
when you're drunk off.
He
out
loves
of
your Let's Play.
drunk off your ass. I love you long time.
You just call her Lozetta.
We love you, Zelda.
Sucky
Yeah.
sucky for $1.
Hey now, it was $5 when I was growing up.
Oh no. This is
times
Back in my
have
day.
changed.
bad economy, you know.
Wait, wouldn't it be
Inflation and
getting worse? Wouldn't it now be $25?
No. It's $1 and like 3 cents, so it covers the tax at the McDonald's drive-through for the dollar menu.
Gotcha.
Sucky.
It's like 7 cents worth
Yeah.
in Arizona.
In Iowa,
Okay.
too. So,
So you make some profit off of it, $1.10, so you can keep those few pennies.
10 cents, right?
Yeah, you'll be rolling in those
robbery,
pennies.
man.
if you find a payphone, you might eventually be able to make a phone call.
And if you're good enough, you can have a cardboard box filled with pennies that you can, dive into like Scrooge McDuck. Live the high life, really.
McDuck.
I just did that in my DuckTales Let's Play. It was awesome.
Awesome. I'm so jealous.
Did
Terry,
anybody?
this is great content for the upcoming fanfiction, by the way. We need to
Yeah.
know exactly how much it is.
I grew up with it. That's all I can
I expect
say. And
7 paragraphs on that subject.
Yeah.
We need to
Cal-
flesh out
this
Nobot's
was in
character
California
more.
in the 90s.
I heard my name.
My mom used to say, fuck $5.
Okay.
This was
And-
in
Wait,
the
wait,
day.
you're saying-
would the fan fiction's groupings be determined the same way that we determined it for The Sims? We just spin a wheel and see what happens.
Wait, Terry,
That'd be wonderful.
I'm so confused. Did you just say that your mother gave out dollar blowjobs when you were growing up?
No, $5.
No.
blowjob.
Yeah, come on,
Big
dude.
difference.
Oh,
Don't be
five-
offensive.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
she told me that's what the hookers would say.
I'm glad she had
She did, or
standards.
does she
Okay.
still?
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you turned out all right, right? She had to have pretty good standards.
Yeah, just all right.
I'm stop.
So, speaking of something that doesn't have standards, has anyone seen the iPhone 6 recently?
Oh my
Suck it,
God.
Apple.
Oh, burn.
Yeah.
Wait. Before we talk about did Dark, that thing that you posted about the Wave app?
Yes.
I love the Wave app.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
I seriously, when I posted that, I was both incredibly proud of the human race and incredibly disappointed in the human race at the same time for something like that. So, for anybody listening who is not familiar with the Apple Wave, it's a spoof that was going around the internet saying that with the update to iOS 8, that you would be able to charge your phone, your Apple phone, in the microwave for under 3 minutes.
100% true. by the
No,
way.
and it also
Try
said,
it at
but
home.
don't charge it for longer than this. Like,
Yeah.
all these facts, like, making it sound like a legitimate thing.
And
you have to
all
do
these
this long
rationalizations.
for a 800-watt microwave, this long for a 1,000-watt microwave.
Yeah, it seemed, well, it didn't seem legit. Anyone that has any sort of common sense, but anyone that does not have any common sense would look at it and say, "Oh wow, that seems to make sense." Let me see if I can pull it up here
Yeah.
real quick.
I mean, it was presented rationally with all the reasons it was given, and like it was very detailed. So if someone that was inexperienced in the internet would fall for it, and I'm super glad I am no longer a customer service
Oh
representative.
my god, that would have
because
been a
I'm
nightmare.
sure I would have taken like 20 of those calls, and I would have shot myself in the head.
Okay, so
Like,
so here it is.
It would
It's
be the worst.
It's got a very very professional and minimalistic presentation, like most of Apple's stuff. You know, they have a unique look to their stuff. It's got the Apple
Yeah.
logo in the upper left hand corner. It has copyright 2014 Apple Inc. All rights reserved at the bottom. And this is what it says. What is the Wave? Wave is our latest and greatest addition to iOS 8. Wave allows your device to be charged wirelessly through microwave frequencies. Wave can be used to quickly charge your device's battery using any standard household microwave. So how do you use this Wave? Wave will become automatically activated when you update to iOS 8. You can now Wave charge your device by placing it within a household microwave for a minute and a half. See below for details. So how does
I don't
Wave
know why
work?
I find it funny, but updating your iOS changes the hardware.
I
don't know. Why
know.
that's the thing that
I
really
know.
stood out to
It's
me.
it's retarded. So it says, it goes on to say, iOS 8 contains new drivers that interface with your device's radio baseband, allowing it to synchronize with microwave frequencies and use them to recharge your battery. And yeah,
I want to see that tested. I want to see I don't know what that looks like. What does a phone do when under
oh my,
microwave?
you haven't seen the
Oh,
videos?
It pops and crackles.
Look that shit up on YouTube. Yeah, it pops and crackles, and then it smokes a
Blows
lot.
the fuck up. Yeah.
Like,
What it
it's
does.
Yeah, delicate electronics don't like microwaves.
yeah, it doesn't do like a marshmallow and expand to some giant.
That's the first thing that popped in my head.
No.
This screen would just kind of start bulging out.
No, it doesn't do that. It more just like there's lightning, it pops, it crackles, stuff explodes, sparks come out, and then it just kind of sizzles. And it's a brick after that. So congratulations everyone who fell for the Wave.
Imagine poor people that I don't know if you could call them poor, but people that pay $700, like enough for a big computer to get a little phone, and then they do something like that
If
with it.
only they could
Well,
spend
hey.
$700 for some goddamn common sense. That would be nice.
Well, if they didn't microwave it, it would have bent in their pocket anyway.
yeah. I think
Yeah, exactly.
that's what Zach was getting at. I think earlier. Is
Most certainly I
the
was.
aluminum frame around the
Yeah, who could have thought that would have failed?
yeah.
Aluminum, strongest metal on Earth, right?
Well, it's reinforced by a few thousand
Airplanes are
layers
made out of it.
aluminum,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
I don't
fine.
understand
Well, yeah.
why they have to make each phone so big, and it is already way past the point where you can't fit a lot of these phones in your pockets. Well, my phone is just at pocket size.
That's so
You don't have
gay.
to fit it in your pocket if you have a holster like I do.
Yeah, well, that's becoming a conformist and getting a whole new accessory and giving in.
I like my
Also
holster.
looking like an idiot with your holster. Like, is it a concealed holster? You
Yeah.
need to get a permit for that.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to have a permit to conceal your holster. I conceal it all the time. It's fine. No, I did
man.
scare someone at RTX when I pulled my phone out. He thought I was pulling a gun, and he about peed himself.
Oh, Jesus. Oh man.
Really? I didn't hear about that happening at RTX.
Yeah, it was when I was getting ready to meet up with Lazelda for our sushi date, and it was fucking hot as balls there, and I was at that goddamn the hostel had the broken air conditioning, so I had to get out of there, and I went to a coffee shop because it was air conditioned, and I got myself an iced tea, and I sat there and drank it, cooled off, walked outside, and I was about to text her, and so I reach over to where my holster's at, and pull my phone out, and the guy, like, literally, he jumps, he freezes, and just kind of stares at me for a minute, and I pull my phone out, and I look at him, he's like, "Oh, it's your phone." For a minute there, I thought you were pulling a gun on me. I'm
Is
like,
that kind of spy? Like, what?
I know I'm in Texas, but seriously, everyone that walks out of a coffee shop's here to mug someone?
Well, no,
Yeah,
you are in Texas, so it's the first thought is that you're gonna have a gun over a phone.
Maybe
Yeah.
that guy's a spy. Like, he's like waiting to get his contact, and you like pull out your phone. And
Yeah,
you're
that's
like,
kind of
oh.
creepy.
You're like, oh, it's just a phone.
Yeah, you're
or
lucky
maybe
you
he's
didn't
been
die.
mugged
Should have
before.
interrogated that guy. That's
It's a pretty fucking
Well, we
big
did
phone.
wind up chatting for a little bit. You know, we laughed awkwardly, and then he asked me what type of phone it was because it's a giant phone that doesn't fit in my pocket. And so we chatted a little bit, and I said, "Okay, I gotta go. I have to go get sushi." He was like, "Oh, okay. Nice talking to you. See you later." It was like a 5-minute conversation. He was turned out
And
to be.
then he stalked you, making sure
He
you really
might
didn't
have.
a gun.
He wouldn't be the first stalker in my life, though. I could deal with that.
You've had people like you've noticed like follow you directly before.
Oh, yeah, one of my exes.
Ah,
Oh, gosh.
interesting.
Oh, lovely.
I mean,
Yeah.
great, but that's like crazy exes. That's like everyone, or maybe it's just me and you, Dark. But it's like it's part of life.
Those
I
are the
feel.
worst
Which
kind,
is
though.
sometimes
If a
very scary.
stranger's stalking you, it's almost less creepy because you don't know them and you don't know how fucked up they are. But when your exes are stalking you, you know exactly what you're dealing with, and you're like,
Yeah.
no. At least you know.
No.
You can. People can write a sensual fan fiction about a unanimous stalker, but once you know that person's batshit crazy, it's not sexy anymore. There's no more suspense. There's no more mystery. It's just like, oh, that bitch is crazy. I need to get far, far away. Maybe get a restraining
For
order.
real. For
See,
real.
that's why I'm glad I have no exes, so I don't have to worry about it.
Don't worry, you'll gather some eventually.
But why does
I
it
only
have
have
to
to worry
move back
about
to
the
fan
crushing
fiction?
depression. Oh yeah, stalker fan fiction.
I've
Yeah.
got fan fiction
Got
on the
that.
mind now. You can't talk about it and then not stop talking about it.
But you worry me. You're making me do it.
Oh, you're gonna include all this in the fan fiction you're writing.
Most certainly.
I
No.
approve.
They're making me. It's not my idea.
We're forcing her.
Well, at least admit it's an awesome
Not a
idea.
volunteer.
We're not gonna be like it's not gonna be like, oh, you do it, but at the end you can just whenever you want. I'm
No.
kidding, of
Do it
course,
now.
but still.
Do
Yeah.
Do it, such experience.
Yeah, we want a manuscript on the table by next Wednesday.
By next podcast.
Do you have any animals that you love, Terry?
Wait, where are you going with
That's
that?
it.
That
Wait, define what
is
you
it
mean by love.
Do you
Yeah.
want to see your theta fish live through next week?
Oh,
We need a
Oh,
goddamn.
okay.
oh, that's where you're going. I wasn't
Well, that's
expecting
Yeah,
also-
I was going
that's
that
also
way.
dark.
What the fuck are you guys?
This took a dark turn.
Yeah,
both ways are pretty messed up. But
I was obviously being facetious.
Fishy
Or sarcastic,
sis.
even.
Fishy
Sheesh.
oh,
I will
Jesus
admit that one was
Christ!
a pretty good pun. Good job,
That
Nobot.
was
Give
a-
him
that was a
give
good
him
one.
give him a golf clap for that.
I'll get you a gold star sooner or later. I promise.
I have a
Oh,
horse.
you have what?
What?
I have a horse and a dog too, but I'm not gonna name them if you're gonna go after them.
Yeah, he needs
I
the
think
name
we
for a
still
voodoo
need-
spell. So probably best
Exactly.
not to give it out.
I didn't
He's
know
gonna
you
pull
had
out
a
his
horse.
phone in front of him.
Yeah.
What type of horse do you have?
She's a paint at my dad's.
Oh, that's
That
cool.
is a farm.
My
Rich
sister
motherfucker.
has a Arabian. No, not an Arabian anymore. I think the Arabian died.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
She was really old though. She was really old though, so
I had a
it
miniature
was
horse
a
once.
natural death.
That's fine.
Oh.
My dad had a horse that lived to be 42 in human years, so
Damn.
they can
Damn.
live, yeah,
That's
they can live a long time.
Yeah, they can live for a while, but once the coffin bone breaks, it's not exactly.
Wait, what?
So now we're
There's a
What?
there's a
we're
there's
on
a-
anatomy and physiology of horses
Physiology.
right now.
I like how this
Yeah,
conversation went, oh, you have a horse? Tell me about your horse. Oh, yeah, well, let's talk about how long your horse is going to live. Like, really, this conversation really went
It's
downhill.
scintillating and awesome.
Like, let's not talk about how soon her horse is gonna die, okay?
To be fair, it was only middle down the hill when we started, so it didn't have far to go.
This is true.
It's all part of the blackmail that we're going to do to force her into
We were
this.
trying to save this podcast and go somewhere nice and talk about horses and ponies and happy things, and then we're like, oh, let's take those happy things and kill them.
What boy, if you seriously dropped the
Dead
ball when the
horses,
subject
yeah.
changed to ponies?
I heard my name. I came back. I was using the restroom. What?
I said you seriously dropped the ball when the conversation changed to ponies.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
We're talking
when I
about
was in the
horses.
bathroom, that's when it comes up. Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
And now we're never going to talk about it again until you leave again, and then
But okay, I'm curious. I watched a video on Idea Channel. It was a recap of an episode they'd done earlier on bronies. So since we have two guys that are definitely into the brony universe here,
That's right. You
and
forgot you
also
were a brony,
me,
didn't
yes.
you?
Well, kind of. Not like you
Well,
two,
this will work.
but kind of. So anyway,
what does that mean?
He
No.
can be a fan of the show, but without being
It's what it means, okay?
that
Obsessive.
I haven't even finished.
Yeah,
season
like he
4.
he likes the show. Okay, he likes the show, but
I
he's not an
haven't finished
official
season 4.
fan. Like he's not joining the
Considered a
fandom.
brony. You're a
Yeah, I
fucking
don't, like-
brony.
It's like watching Doctor Who, like a couple episodes of Doctor Who, and liking them without becoming a Whovian.
I'm straight up Whovian.
I don't think there's
wish
many
Tejan
people
was
that
here.
have watched every single
Yeah.
episode.
Go Whovians.
'cause he's really into the show too.
Classic 5.
Okay, I haven't
That's
watched
not
every
even
single
possible
episode of
since
Doctor
most
Who.
of the, since a lot of the early ones are missing.
Yeah,
Yeah, they taped
The
over
early
them.
ones are radio shows, so there's the thing.
but anyway, the question I was wanting to ask, I want to hear your guys' opinion on this. The question that came up was what's the right way to say it? So there was a debate over whether or not the reason why My Little Pony has such a big brony following now is it one because the concept of masculinity is changing and men in general are just more open to embrace things, or is it that Laura Faust, is that her name, the woman who created the show, at least this version of it, is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay, that is her name. What she had said in an interview was that she was just trying to breathe new life into the quote-unquote girl genre by just trying to turn it on its head, because most people, when they think of a TV show made for girls, they immediately think, oh, that means it's bad. So she was just trying to turn it on its head and actually just make a show that happened to be targeted at girls that was actually good, and because it's good, people just like it. Like, it has nothing to do with the concept of masculinity morphing as the 21st century rolls on. So I just want to know what you guys think about that. Like, which direction do you think it is?
I definitely think that Faust has nailed it. It's a good show, and the fact that it's just made for little girls is like meh. But I also think it became really popular on the internet because of the fact that literally every time you bring it up, there's gonna be a fight that starts. Like, that's the reason I got
It was
I watched
given
the show.
infamy before it was given fame.
As we know,
Yeah,
people on the internet love to fight on the internet.
That's the reason I liked the show,
Yeah.
and I got really into it because I was like, I watched and I was like, oh, this is all right. And then I think I went on a forum and I was like, the show's not that bad. And someone was like, kill yourself. I'm like, I fucking will. Like, I can finally find an outlet to fight people with just bringing up one word. Like, this is the best. I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
like a bomb you can just drop and walk away and see the chaos happen, like in any forum, basically.
It's the internet's
crazy.
dirty bomb. I like
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Exactly. It's like, and it just starts like,
Even in the brony thread.
yeah, exactly. Even the Brony threads were like the best fighting spot on Rooster Teeth for a long time. Like, it was the best.
You'll just say, hey, I like My Little Pony, and everyone will be like, yeah, that's why you're fucking here, faggot. Get out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I like My Little Pony. It's like, well, I like My Little Pony this
I
way.
also
Like,
love that
fuck
you
guy.
knew where the best spot on Rooster Teeth was to fight.
That's my
That's
As
nice.
soon as I found it, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
He has
It's not
to
so
keep
much that anymore.
his best weapon sharp, not as his mind.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
it makes
I'm
full sense.
I'm not at all surprised hearing that that's your answer. Okay, first I was surprised that was your answer, but knowing you, that's actually not surprising at all. No, Bud. Is the same answer apply to you, or do you have a different reason? Or a
What, can you
different
sum up
answer?
What you're asking?
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Why
I'm
do you
kinda
like the show?
Why do I
Yeah,
like the show? Because it's a good
yeah.
show. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is a good show. I'm not saying that it's not a good show. It's a good show, but the fact that it's become like that I've become like really vocal about it is because of the fact that when you do, you get in fights.
I don't know. It's kind of like liking Big Bang Theory or How I Met Your Mother. It's a fucking good show, and people watch it because it's a good show. Like, why do you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Because it's a damn good show. It's funny. It makes you laugh. Makes you feel good. Then you watch it.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's among many good shows that I watch. So
I
Fair
still
enough.
love the 80s version best, but for me
What?
it's just nostalgia.
gross.
I love ponies, but
Yeah.
then, you know, the 80s, Megan and the original Win Whistler, it's awesome.
Man, I did a Let's Watch a long time ago when I had a shitty mic and I didn't know how to record anything of like the first 80s movie of it was like Assault on Midnight Castle. It didn't have a cool name like that. It was like something like that with Megan.
That's it, yeah,
Doesn't
like
make any
Midnight
goddamn
Castle.
sense.
Mhm.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because it was bad and I knew it was bad and I went to watch it and I found out how bad it was. It wasn't too bad actually. Now
That is a big thing for me. Is like, how bad could it really be? And you're just so curious.
I tried watching one episode of the original My Little Pony franchise after watching the newer version, and I couldn't make it all the way through. I had to take it out, and I literally felt like 10 IQ points stupider.
No!
I'm
That's
sorry.
why I watched
I'm sorry,
the 80s
Taria,
Transformers.
but it's true. I
I'm so-
couldn't do it. It was
This
bad.
this comes from being so much older than you guys, I guess, but when you just grew up with it, you know, I had, like, the little, you know,
It's the
plastic
nostalgia
figurines.
glasses.
Yeah, nostalgia glasses.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's why I
can't
That's why I
buy
like
that.
the 80s Transformers cartoons because they're terrible as well. Like they're the worst. They did
Same
not
with
Yeah.
80s
expect
and
when they
90s
made those.
TMNT.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
No, but
They're
Turtle
bad, but they're
Rock,
also
I have
good.
to say, still to this day.
Go
Yeah,
listen. Go
better.
watch some of those like plots they just pull out of their ass.
No, but okay,
it's
so
really bad.
by today's standards,
I
they
had
suck.
this
But if you look at
on
what
VHS,
else was
thank
on
you.
TV, oh
So did
yeah,
I.
yeah.
I'm not
if you
saying
look-
that.
if
I'm
you
not saying they
look
weren't fun. They were just like, man, they pulled some weird stuff.
Yeah, they did,
Yeah.
but that was part of their charm.
Still
And if you
better
look
than
at the
current
other
movie,
shit that
thank
was on
you.
TV then, it's like it was like leaps and bounds
Yeah,
ahead
I think
of
their
its
personalities in the new movie were awesome. Just saying.
Wait, you're not talking about the Michael Bay produced new movie, are you?
The personalities of the turtles in the new movie, they nailed them.
You like that?
Their interaction with each. I don't care about the visuals and stuff. I care about the turtles and how they act. And they
Even-
acted like the turtles.
Even though one of them was like a sex crazed maniac.
Which one was that?
That's kind of what I
Raphael?
would imagine a 21st century Michelangelo to act like.
Oh my
Yeah.
But I mean, he was from the 80s and it was a kid's show. Now it's a PG-13 movie in the 21st century. I can see the character
But
being.
it was never. But the original comic was never supposed to be meant for kids. I mean, it was
Oh, I know.
dark.
The original comic
the
is
turtles
dark as
kill
hell.
people. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
They are
Yeah,
ninjas.
it's
Shit
a-
goes
and
on
they
in
have
the
swords.
actual
Parody of
cartoon,
Daredevil.
The actual, yeah.
Well, yeah, the original creator had nothing. He wouldn't even watch the show in the 80s. Like, I'm not watching this. It sucks. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Splinter's dead. They've aged. It's if you follow the actual continuation, it's really dark.
I've been meaning to get into the new run from IDW, but I don't have money.
Yeah, not having money really sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It
It's
does.
the worst.
Oh, but I guess not speaking of not having money,
wait,
I guess
wait.
we should offer you congratulations on the first interview going well, though.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
went
for
alright.
sure.
Hey,
Guys,
as long
before
as
we get too far away from it, speaking of My
What,
Little
Rock?
Pony,
What?
Rainbow
What?
Vox comes out on the 27th of September.
Wait, what?
Hasbro.
what does?
Quest
new
My
My
Little
Little Pony
yeah.
movie.
Turtles, Rainbow Vox, the second movie comes out.
Wait,
Yeah.
why are they doing
They've
a
created
wait?
a
What?
sub-series that has its own movie.
I know. I saw the first movie, but why the hell are they going back there and making a second
why.
movie? Like the first one made
Great.
sense, kind of, but
First
Why-
one was pretty good, yeah.
Because
This makes
they
me
can.
think of the
Parallel
last
universe?
unicorn.
I don't know, dude. Fucking watch it. Maybe they'll figure it out.
I don't
It'll be
think
like,
I've ever really wanted to watch the. For some reason, the turtles always just seem this really strange concept to me, so I never watched any of the stuff.
I always really liked the Turtles.
The Turtles
I don't know.
are so
I don't know.
funny.
I always liked them.
I mean, Saturday morning
They're
cartoons.
okay.
Classic.
They were okay.
I think one of the reasons
My
why I
Saturday
liked
morning cartoons consisted of all the stuff on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon at the time, which
Well-
was like Ed and Eddie, Powerpuff
Disney.
Oh yeah,
Girls,
because you are younger than me. Yeah, I did enjoy Ed, Ed and Eddie and the Powerpuff Girls as a
I was gonna say, you're so much
I think I was
younger.
a young,
It was
not
whatever
quite
was
teenager,
on
probably those
ABC
awkward
or CBS
awkward
at the time.
awkward ages before you hit teenagers.
The tweens.
Yeah, whatever you call those. But you know, I'm
I only
thinking
had
of-
6 channels.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god,
don't
how
have many
did you
channels
live?
either.
I lived on a farm in Iowa. I actually did shit.
Donut?
Oh, well, la di fucking da.
Donut? Is that you?
No, I always I watched but
Farm in
I watched a
Iowa.
lot of TV shows as a kid, like 90s X-Men, Batman, Spider-Man.
Oh god,
all those
90s
guys-
X-Men
all those
was
characters.
fucking amazing.
Exactly,
That's
like
cool.
one
the
Saturday
second
morning
Nickelodeon.
or
Which was that?
Nickelodeon.
The Spider-Man.
The 90s Spider-Man is like tied
It
with
was the
Spectacular
best.
Spider-Man.
Yes,
Spectacular is great.
I
Yeah,
loved
Spectacular was pretty good too.
I loved the 90s Spider-Man. I loved the X-Men. I liked Batman quite a bit actually from that.
Batman was awesome.
Oh,
that era.
Batman was the Kevin Conroy is the Batman.
Superman I thought was
For sure.
okay. My sister liked Superman much more than I did. I always thought Superman was kind of boring, but I'd watch it anyway just because the villains were sometimes fun. I liked the
And
villains.
that's the best incarnation of Superman, I think. Is he's not a god in that,
Yeah.
show, but he's still a great character. It was awesome.
Exactly. He has a little more dimension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a great voice, Tim Daly.
Yeah, he had a good
Yeah,
voice
definitely.
actor, that's for sure.
I love his YouTube channel, The Daily Show.
Yeah.
He had one with his son ended up playing Superman, and like, they brought Nathan Fillion over to his house because his dad was going crazy and was actually thinking he was Superman, and he needed Nathan Fillion to go talk him out of it.
What?
And then Fillion's like, whatever you hear in that room, don't come in. And he starts taking shit out of his pockets. He's got like a Green Lantern ring and his Captain Hammer like keychain and
That's
everything. It's like-
awesome.
and then Sam like opens the door and it's just him and Fillion like in their Green Lantern and superhero outfits or Superman outfits, just flying on the bed. It's awesome. And then Michael Rosenbaum shows up and has Flash underwear, and it's great.
That is so cool. I'll need to watch this now.
Yeah, yeah. They do a lot of cool Superman stuff because they've both been Superman, and it's great.
That's awesome.
I guess send me a link for this. Later, whenever you get, so I can put it in the link dump.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
anyone else that might want to watch it.
Definitely put that in the link dump. You know,
Got it.
truth
sure.
be told, the reason why I probably sat there and watched Superman along with my sister, even though I didn't like it that much, was probably just because he liked to wear that skin tight Superman outfit, and you could see all of his muscles.
Well,
I mean, I remember watching I'm trying to think. I remember watching Dragon Ball Z as like a teenager and having a major crush on that android, the female
What are you,
android.
Krillin?
Oh,
Android
yeah.
17?
It was 18. It was 18. I
18,
think.
Yo,
yeah.
how do you feel? Krillin
Yeah,
stole
so
your
I mean,
girl.
I guess I could see that.
Wait, DBZ?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
reals.
Yes, yes.
Dude.
Pretty depressed because Krillin is a chump. That's real.
did anyone see the original Dragon Ball and how he was in that one?
He was also
No.
a chump in that one.
I just can't believe Yamcha lost Bulma to Vegeta. That sucked so badly.
Also,
That's
Vegeta's
because
pretty
Yamcha
awesome.
died.
Because
Just
Yamcha's a bitch, dude. All he does is complain.
Also, and die.
Yeah, complain
But
and
they
die.
all die.
You know who
That's
doesn't
sort
die?
of the point. It's like, oh wait, they come
Yeah,
back.
but Yamcha died
But
But
first.
Vegeta is my favorite character by far, and I was so happy. I think one of my happiest points
Wait, did you
was
say
during
Gohan
when
doesn't die?
Vegeta's
He
fighting the
died in the
android,
only
and he
movie
first
where
comes
the
up as a
android
Super Saiyan after so long.
Yeah. And
Hey, Vegeta.
Yeah, he
The only
dies.
person that doesn't
Power.
die
Go
is Mr. Popo.
Yeah, go.
Never
where
watched a
Trunks
single
comes
episode.
back through time. Right? It's during
There's
the Cell
so
Saga.
much. I've seen a bunch, but there's so much like random time travel storyline that I missed. I basically did the Saiyan arc, the whole Frieza arc, and then much later on the Majin Buu arc.
What about
Well,
Cell?
Android is right
I mean,
between Cell.
that was
Oh wait, yeah, Cell. It was from
Did you finish
the
the
initial
Super Droid
Vegeta
part?
landing up to Cell.
That was my
Angel and
favorite
died to
saga,
Android.
and then Gohan becomes
Whereas-
an absolute prick.
The androids go ham.
Saiyaman!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I never cared for Dragon Ball. My neighbor made me watch it.
Your neighbor made you watch it. They tied you down and forced you to
no,
watch
there
it.
weren't a lot of
Wink, wink,
kids
for
in the
sure. Going
neighborhood,
to
so I
hang
went to hang
out,
out with
wink, wink,
him.
wink.
So that's the reason I would watch any Resident Evil game, because he'd play that all the time, and then he'd watch fucking Dragon Ball. But then we watched
Well-
Sailor Moon, so it was okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, we slept over all the time. It was when we were like elementary school. So it was
Yeah.
cool then.
Oh.
Boy,
Yeah, his balls
When
hadn't
did
boys
dropped yet.
think girls are gross at that age, so
Guys, by the way,
Absolutely.
when did Ray get here?
I've been here.
That's
And also, that guy's in jail now
He's
for trying
been
to
here?
rob like a
Quiet.
store. So,
that's not smart.
and all of my
What-
friends from then are like
Oh.
druggies. It's awesome.
Yeah, that
Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
You're putting
definitely.
Dragon Ball
If
the
they
drugs.
weren't really your friends and you hated them, yeah.
It's okay. We don't
So-
have to talk.
I'm,
I got
I'm,
That kind of got
that was
quiet.
really quick.
I'm very concerned, Ray, with the company that you've been keeping.
I had no choice.
Well,
there were
she
only
isn't
boys in the
keeping that
neighborhood, and
company.
they all just started knocking up girls and doing drugs.
Okay, so I'm a little bit less
Chaos
concerned because
detector.
you got away from all that and you didn't get knocked up, and all the drugs you do are legal, so it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Oh, we've got nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A weight off the mind, indeed. But I want to talk more about Dragon
No!
Ball Z, okay?
I'm
Trunks
trying
is
to
a
get away
bitch.
from that. I'm trying to change that.
Damn.
I actually liked
it's an
Trunks. He was
awesome
like
show.
Trunks was just like a chill dude. He was just like, "Hey, what's up? I'm from the future and I'm killing this alien, this
Yeah.
genetically modified thing."
One
What are you
thing
talking
I
about
think
Dragon Ball Z and
separately
15
from the actual
9000?
Dragon Ball story, I think one of the funniest things is back when I was watching it, I never thought a thing of the kind of meme that they're screaming for 5 episodes and then something happens. I was just like accepting it as this was like a normal thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
And
that's
then
why
when
I
I
couldn't
come
get
back
into
and
the
hear
show.
everyone, when I come back and hear everyone like, oh, it's just a bunch of screaming. I'm like, well, yeah, it is, but I still like it.
That's
When
why
it first aired, it
killed the
wasn't a
show for
meme.
me.
Yeah.
I've said that before. Like, if the show were like, if they cut out all the senseless screaming that they have, and actually, like maybe half the episodes, I could get into the show because I like people talking about it. They make me want to watch it. It's one of those shows I desperately want to be able to sit there and watch, but when I actually try to, I get up and I walk away because it just annoys me so badly.
There's got to be an edit online that's just like Dragon Ball Z without the screen.
There has to be somewhere.
A monotone Dragon Ball
Not
Z.
that great.
I do think the story is really good in some points. I mean, the original Dragon Ball, it's not
It was
quite as good of a storyline. It's certain. Well, if you're not as much of a Dragon Ball fan as I am, I don't know if you would see it as quite a good storyline. But it didn't have as much screaming, and that was a really interesting kind of version of everything going on.
I don't know.
That's
It's
why I liked it. It was like dipping your toe in the pool of Dragon Ball. Like it was easing you into the sanity.
well,
But
and
that's
I
what's great
wouldn't-
evolving. The show would be like 15 episodes long.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the problem. It's not so much that it's screaming. Even if it was meaningful screaming, it would be fine. But it was the same problem I had with trying to watch Naruto, with that there'd be so many episodes where nothing would happen. Like a character would just be like walking through the woods, and
Don't compare them.
there'd be some sort of little fight between someone else. But there would really be not much character development, and like there'd just be lots and lots of filler episodes between the stuff that
Yeah.
actually had interesting plot happening. And that would be another one I'd just get up and walk away from because I would be so bored with it.
Well, that's the
Even
problem with
though,
shonen
even though
in
it took
general.
so many episodes for the first, it seems like such a massive thing, even though it was really a little thing. The first fight with Zabuza and the other ninja person, it took so long to get through, but that's where I watched Naruto up to, is the conclusion of that fight. And then I think because I don't know, I just stopped watching it after that.
I'm glad.
There's
I'm
a
glad I'm
character
not
named Zabuza. Really?
Zabuza.
Zabuza.
It's been a long time since I've heard it, so I might be saying it wrong.
Well, and then
I
there's
like
always.
Naruto
guy.
too.
Does this ever happen to you guys? Since you guys also live on the internet a lot, where you find a word that you read all the time, sometimes like maybe even in a video game, but you never hear it said out loud, and then when
League of
you actually
Legends names.
when you try and
League
say
of
it out
Legends
loud to someone else, and they're like, "The fuck are you talking about?" You're like,
That would be That'd be legal. I agree with Webwave. It's League of Legends names for me. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Her name's obviously this.
For years, I
going
thought
on?
kale was pronounced Kaylee because that's an actual name instead of a food. And I was talking I think it was one of Zach's friends. I'm like, Kaylee, and they're like, "You mean kale?" I'm like,
Wait, her name?
Kale.
She's named after a piece of lettuce type thing?
No, it's a very like
It's a fish.
strong warrior name.
Kale.
Is it?
Kale,
Is it though?
Yeah,
kale is a
Kale.
food
Just
that you
guessing.
eat with.
Yeah, it's some shitty lettuce-like vegetable.
Intact.
Yeah.
Kale is
Go.
delicious mixed with a salad.
I do love kale. I do love me some kale, but it is.
It's good for you too.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
much better for you
Vitamins.
than just regular lettuce. But I agree,
Spinach.
it's not something you.
Spinach has a lot of calcium in it.
I didn't. Spinach
Or-
is
or, excuse me.
interesting. I don't know. It's just very, very bland to me.
It'll give you
It's not
kidney
bad,
stones if you
it's
eat it
just-
like
is so
Popeye.
bland and dull.
Yeah. And to be
Wait,
frank,
what?
even iceberg lettuce has trace minerals in it that you don't normally get in your
Okay.
diet. So there is some nutritional value to iceberg lettuce, other than
So-
it being 80% water.
Yeah, but if you're going to be eating a lettuce, kale and spinach are two of the best
Fact.
things that you can be eating
Fact.
because, like, bite
sure.
for bite, you're going to get the most nutritional content.
Oh, most certainly. Romaine is also really good.
And
Romaine
God,
is extremely...
Iceberg lettuce tastes like dirt to me. I don't know why. It always has.
What's wrong
Yeah,
with you?
Do you rinse it well
Agreed.
enough?
No.
I do.
If I have
It's-
salad, I go for
it's-
spinach salad.
like it has to be. I have to
disgusting.
either get the super green parts of the iceberg lettuce, and that tastes fine. But once I get to the white part, like that always tastes like dirt to me, and I wind up cutting out half.
Wow.
I cut out half the head
Well,
because
that's the
it
part
just,
you have to cut off. That's the part you have to cut off.
No,
Because
even
that's the root of the lettuce,
no,
is it not?
no. Like halfway down the leaf where it starts
Oh.
to get a little
The
pale.
crunchy bits.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't. I
that-
can't do that. The crunchy bits taste like dirt to me, and I just can't
You
do
taste like
No.
dirt.
Then
I could.
Wait, when were you tasting
We don't want
dark?
to talk about it.
Well, we didn't tell you about what happened at last
Before she was
RTX.
married,
You weren't
before she
supposed to
was
say anything, Ray. This was a secret between you and me, and now you just spilled the beans.
Sorry.
fan
I'm
fiction.
strong.
chapter-
You guys ended
Because
lettuce.
I eat
I
some
couldn't
spinach.
contain it anymore.
So I actually couldn't eat lettuce until like very recently.
So is chapter whatever going to just be titled spinach?
Yeah.
This has to be towards the end. You people are killing me.
How many chapters are we gonna have, by the way?
It's-
If-
100
if- if
106.
this ever actually came true, it would probably have a very modest amount. But I like how we have like 50,000 chapters.
It doesn't matter how many
Yeah.
chapters there
Well,
are. As
who
long
says
as,
how long they have
yeah,
to be?
as long as Ray winds up tasting like spinach, and I wind up tasting like dirt, I'm fine with it. That's the
the
only thing
Popeye
that has
theme
to be in
play?
there.
I need.
Yes, the Popeye theme.
And then, yeah.
We have a
Mix that
million,
in somehow.
a
and good
million
story.
chapter titles, no content. But I'll see what I can do.
That's fine. It'll be like a Dr.
Well,
Seuss
it's
book.
kind of like it's kind of like a writing prompt, for like at school during essays, you have like
I
this
know,
little
you're-
the sentence.
Dude, you're speaking to an English
then-
major. I know.
She knows what she's
So-
talking
so,
about.
yeah,
Don't
so
try and school
we're
her.
just giving you a bunch of prompts, and then you can just go from there.
Precisely.
Okay. This podcast got really weird really fast, and sadly,
Dark.
really
I don't
good
think
fast?
we've had basically had a roller coaster, and every time it went up was parts where it was not weird.
this is true. we cannot do a classy podcast. We just can't do it now with this group of people. But we have gone on for an hour now, so it is time to wrap this shit up.
Always wrap it up.
No.
An hour?
Always
No.
wrap it up. Boys.
Yes,
Boys.
we have a
Always
what?
wrap it up.
Yep, always wrap it up. Always.
Wrap the boy, tap it.
Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
Okay, and
classy.
once again, there's no Tej and Lee, so someone needs to do our closing spiel.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hold
That's it.
Follow us on
Follow
Twitter.
us on Twitter.
That's
Find
it.
it yourself, you lazy asshole.
Find us on the interwebs.
Yeah, just look up the forum thread on Twitter. You'll find us on TFT Plays on Twitter. You can go to YouTube for TFT Plays and for TFT Productions. That's our live action channel / podcast channel where we'll put these on YouTube. We also have a Yahoo at the forum thread at yahoo.com. So that's always fun. Not 2 ats, just 1. And we also
And Facebook.
have, an RT group to look us up.
Facebook.
And don't forget the Facebooks
Yeah.
and the Twitch where you can follow and maybe subscribe.
We're
we
everywhere.
poured out
Just
Elon
hit that
because
like
probably
button
all
and hit that
fans of
subscribe
ours.
button everywhere you find our name on the internet. It's fine. It's fine. Just
And
do
the
it.
follow button.
If you want us on the go and you're an Android user, we also have SoundCloud.
This is true.
And we're also creating a new account on fanfiction.net.
Or don't. You don't even have to read that. We don't blame you if you don't. Whatever.
Chapter 1, soon to be unleashed.
Wonderful.
All right. Good,
Looking forward to it.
good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, all.